Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Angelina, I've been thinking a lot lately about how we're taught about money from such a young age. It's always been go to school, get good grades, find a secure job. But what if that whole narrative, that whole path, is actually incomplete? What if it's not the real way to financial freedom?
Adan, I totally get what you mean. It's like we're given this one-size-fits-all roadmap, right? And for most people, they spend their entire lives working for money, just trying to keep up. But then you look at the wealthy, and it seems like they're doing something fundamentally different. They make money work for them.
Exactly. And that's why today we're diving into a book that completely flipped my understanding of money on its head. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This isn't just a book about finance, it's a masterclass in mindset. And honestly, by the end of this episode, I think our listeners might start seeing money in a whole new light.
Oh, absolutely. It's a foundational text for anyone serious about financial independence. Kiyosaki sets up this brilliant contrast right from the start, doesn't he? He grew up with two father figures, which is already a pretty unique situation. His poor dad was his real father, highly educated, stable government job, believed in security and degrees.
Yeah, and then his rich dad was his best friend's father. Less formally educated, but a shrewd business owner, deeply invested in financial education and most importantly, investing. Both incredibly intelligent men, both worked hard, but one struggled financially his entire life, and the other built immense wealth.
And the core difference, as Kiyosaki points out, wasn't intelligence or effort, it was purely mindset. Poor dad would tell him, study hard so you can get a good job. Rich dad's advice was, learn how money works so you don't have to work for it forever. That's such a powerful distinction, and it forms the entire backbone of the book.
It really is. And I think for many of us, we've been conditioned with the poor dad mindset for so long. We get stuck in what he calls the rat race. You work hard, you earn a salary, you pay your bills, you spend the rest, and then you just repeat that cycle over and over again.
The rat race is such a perfect analogy. It's this endless treadmill driven by two core emotions, fear and desire. Fear of not having enough money makes us work. Then desire for that new car, a bigger house, the latest gadgets, makes us spend what we earn, often putting us deeper into debt, which then fuels more fear and makes us work even harder.
And it just keeps going. Rich Dad's philosophy completely breaks from that. He taught, don't work for money, make money work for you. Instead of relying solely on a paycheck, the wealthy focus on building systems, businesses, investments, assets that generate income even when they're not actively working. The goal isn't just a higher salary, it's true freedom.
Freedom is the operative word there, isn't it? And it leads us perfectly into what I think is the most critical, yet simplest lesson from the book. Assets versus liabilities. It's so straightforward, but it completely changes your financial perspective.
It's brilliant in its simplicity. Rich Dad's rule, assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out of your pocket. That's it. No complicated jargon, no fancy formulas, just that one clear distinction.
Exactly. So an asset could be a rental property that brings in income, a profitable business you own, stocks that pay dividends, or even intellectual property like a book or a patent. These things literally generate cash flow for you.
And a liability is the opposite. It could be car loans, credit card debt, that huge house with a massive mortgage, or even just expensive lifestyle upgrades that constantly drain your bank account. Anything that takes money out of your pocket every month.
And here's the mind-blowing part for many people. What we often perceive as assets, like our house or our car, are actually liabilities if they're costing us money every single month. Your house, if it's not generating income and you're paying a mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, it's a liability. It's taking money out of your pocket.
That was such a tough pill for me to swallow when I first read it. We're taught that buying a house is the American dream, the ultimate asset. And it can be an asset, but often, for the average person, it functions as a giant liability. It's definitely a nuanced point, but once you grasp it, it completely shifts your focus.
It really does. And the contrast between the rich and the poor middle class is stark here. Wealthy people focus on acquiring assets first. They build up income-generating streams. Then, once those assets generate enough income, they use that income to buy luxuries. They let their money pay for their toys.
Whereas most people do the opposite. They buy the big house, the fancy car, the expensive gadgets first, often on credit, and then they struggle to keep up with the payments. They're building bills, not wealth. It's such a fundamental difference in approach.
And it really highlights the book's emphasis on financial education. We go to school, we learn math, science, history, but when do they teach us about taxes, or investing, or entrepreneurship, or even just basic cash flow management? It's rarely, if ever, part of the curriculum.
Right? Rich Dad firmly believed that financial education is far more important than academic education when it comes to building wealth. It's not just about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep, and, more importantly, how well it works for you.
Understanding things like income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow, these aren't just for accountants or business owners. Kiyosaki argues that this knowledge is what truly separates the financially literate from the financially dependent. It gives you power over your money, rather than your money having power over you.
And a big part of that power comes from overcoming fear. Many people avoid investing, for example, because they're terrified of losing money. That's a huge barrier for so many people, myself included at times.
Oh, absolutely. The fear of failure, the fear of losing what little you have. But Rich Dad had such a profound perspective on that. He said failure is not just an option, it's part of the learning process. The rich aren't fearless, they just manage risk better because they educate themselves. They learn, they experiment, they grow from their mistakes.
He even went so far as to say the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all. Just staying stagnant, sticking with the secure job mentality without ever exploring other avenues for income and wealth building. That's where the real long-term risk lies.
Which makes so much sense when you think about it. Relying on a single paycheck, especially in today's rapidly changing economy, is incredibly risky. If you lose that job, what then? Whereas if you have multiple income streams, if you're building assets, you have a safety net and options.
It truly shifts your perspective from being an employee to being an owner or an investor. Instead of just earning, you're building. And it's not about being a millionaire overnight. It's about slowly, deliberately building income streams that grow over time.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And it starts with asking yourself some really fundamental questions. Like, Adan, let me ask you, and let's ask our listeners, are you building assets or are you building bills?
That's a powerful question, Angelina, and it really makes you pause and reflect on every financial decision you make, every purchase, every investment. Is it putting money in my pocket or taking it out?
And then, the even bigger one, if you stopped working today, would your money continue working for you? Would those assets you've built sustain your lifestyle, even for a while, or would everything grind to a halt?
Wow, that really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Because financial freedom isn't about being rich in the superficial sense. It's about having the choices, the time, the peace of mind that comes from knowing your money is working for you, instead of you constantly working for it.
And that's the real profound message of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's simple but revolutionary. Get a financial education, actively focus on acquiring assets, escape that debilitating rat race, and fundamentally change your mindset to make money your employee, not your master.
Wealth truly begins in the mind before it ever appears in your bank account. And the sooner you shift that mindset, the sooner your entire financial journey can transform. It's not magic, it's just understanding the rules of the game.
So true. If this episode resonated with you, if it sparked something, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message. It could truly change their perspective.
Absolutely. And remember, don't just work hard for money, make money work hard for you. That's it for today, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep building those assets. Bye for now.